big problem I had in the service was I was younger than the people I command.
Oh yeah.
Every time, and I have a picture of all of them, the whole company, all black, and me, and I got the youngest person, Sergeant Turner, platoon sergeant, youngest person in the whole.
Oh yeah.
Everywhere I go, I was the youngest person, young NCO, but I had been to Benning to school, and that's something they hadn't did. And we had a case. I'll show you what happened too. We had went to AP Hill, Virginia. AP Hill, Virginia, down in Virginia. Left Fort Meade, Maryland. I couldn't drive. I'd never driven in my life. But we had been playing football in Meade, and when I got tired, people get tired. We either get on the sideline. Either you go eat now, and I eat when you come back. You take my place of the game, and I go eat. And that's what happened. And I was sitting in the Jeep. Never driven a Jeep in my life. In fact, never ridden in one. And I was just working these gear shifts like this. First sergeant saw me doing that. So about a week later, I wound up assigned to drive a truck from me to AP Hill, Virginia. And that's 100 miles. I couldn't drive. And was taking OCS candidates, all white down there. Truckload of them and 2 up front. The white officer shifted the gears because I couldn't shift them. He tell me hit the clutch, and he shifted the gears for me. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2.5 got 6 gears, and that's where I went to APU, drove all the way down like that, all the way back like that.
Wow.
And I never drove in my life. But then I started learning how to drive. In fact, the NCOs in the company, the black NCOs started teaching me how to drive, and their motive was they like to go to town and drink.
So they have a driver.
They got a driver. And that's what they did. Plus the fact that it's smart too. If I go to town, they take me to town with them. They did in their car, and always Sergeant Coon's car. They buy me a drink. I didn't drink, so it's Coke. They're all drinking the whiskey and this, that, etc. Therefore, by the 15th of the month, they're out of money. Guess who got money? Just me. And cop told me, you ought to buy the drinks now. And so I got to buy you whiskey, and Coke for me. And they were smart. And it took me years to catch on.
Oh my God. Beautiful.
That's the girls and Chris.
Oh yeah?
And the 2 little babies of my grandson and my granddaughter.
Okay.
Let's
see if I got that. Beautiful.
Now, this is our son. He's in the Navy.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. It's a fine young man there. What's his name? What's his name?
Michael.
Michael, okay.
He's the one in Texas now.
Oh, he's in Texas.
But
okay.
He used to be. He lived here. He went to our church. He went to our church.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he went there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is he the oldest or youngest? He's the oldest or youngest?
He's the youngest.
He's the youngest. Okay. Yeah.
You saw Ken, didn't you?
Yeah. You showed me the
one with the Air Force.
I didn't remember who was who with what the age category.
He's the one with the Air Force Academy.
Oh, Air Force. Okay. Oh yeah. This is kind of the picture you got on the wall in there. Now, he's the oldest.
He's the middle one.
He's the middle one. Okay.
David's the oldest one.
Okay. Yeah, I want to add these two there.
Now I'll tell you about Vietnam.
Oh yes.
Okay. When we came out, we was in West Point. Came out here from West Point.
Oh.
Well, our youngest daughter was born out here. Michael was born in West Point, the youngest son.
Oh, she's born here in West Point, okay.
At the U.S. Military Academy there. But anyway, we finally got out here, and I don't know whether you go the back way or the front way or not.
To church?
on base.
Well, I drive to the North Gate. I come down I-5 and go to the North Gate.
I-5, okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
but
we
I'm
go back.
so, yeah.
But anyway, I come out here,
Uh-huh.
and now where the chapel is right now,
Yeah.
there was no chapel.
Yeah, I heard that.
There's trees.
Yeah, correct. I remember that. Yeah.
That's where I was training troops right there.
Uh-huh.
And what happened is the troops made our SEAL First Sergeant, and they goofed up. And I chewed them out, I mean, some bad words out of my mouth.
Yeah.
And I mean, I really got at them. And when I got through chewing them out, I put them back to training. And I was standing right there where that chapel is. And I went in the woods right where the chapel is, and I started crying.
Mm.
And I said, Lord, I can't be saved if I said things like I said. And I looked up at the sky saying, I couldn't be saved. I thought I was saved.
Oh.
And man, it really bothered me, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And that was on a Thursday, I think. That Sunday, I went to church, 100 Drug Street Church Chapel, and the pastor preached. And that's when God answered my question about that.
Really?
And what happened, the pastor preached, and a portion of his sermon, he was talking about something concerning Christians and Satan. And he said, first thing is, once a person's saved, Satan, in fact, the Bible talk about it. Mm-hmm. Like a house in the water, built on sand, a house built on rock, and this and that, etc.
Yes.
And that's, he's talking about that. The preacher was.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, Satan, he tries to snatch it away from you.
That's right.
And I said, what happened when you know that's foul language? Mm-hmm. And Satan told you, and you said you couldn't be saved. Mm-hmm. Say, that was the Lord. Now he's asking you a question. You were saved. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't be concerned about it if you wasn't saved. Right. You wouldn't have cried. You wouldn't have felt as if you hadn't been saved.
Right. The enemy tried to steal your thought process.
And Satan tried to tell you that you wasn't saved.
Yeah. Right.
But I will never forget that.
Because you did doubt. Mm-hmm.
And that chapel right there, that spot means a lot to me.
Well, yeah. Now it's a chapel there. Isn't that something?
Right.
Talk about premonition, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I left there and went to Vietnam, and I wasn't even in Vietnam. The first thing they did, they put us all in school. Okay. We had to go to ninth infantry school for a week, 2 weeks, not 1 week, I think. Mm-hmm. The final day of the school, we all had to go out to the range in Vietnam, and this is the truth. You see where that TV is?
Yeah.
At the 9th Division School, I was standing right here with the rifle, or you with the rifle, and I was standing right there, and a silver dollar, a $50 piece of silver dollar, I would toss up in the air. And you and I standing side by side like this, toss up in the air, and the guy with the rifle, from the hip, bam, and would hit that dollar. I couldn't do it, but my guys could do it. And I went to school and I tried, but I could do it. So the guys told me, said, Sarge, you better carry plenty of hand grenades. Carry a lot of hand grenades. But anyway, I decided I got to Vietnam. I had the Ishmael M16. But what I carried was an M79 grenade launcher. Oh. That little short shotgun.
Yeah.
Not that long. And it had 2 shells in it.
That's right.
And each shell had 6 little round steel balls in it. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what I carried all throughout Vietnam.
Yeah?
Yeah, and my M16, the medics carried. Oh. But the Garcia would tell you, I'm not going to fight. I will not fight with it. Okay. And I had to make him carry it. Okay. I said, you gonna even carry that? Or get that damn aid bag. He wouldn't carry his aid bag. And the reason he wouldn't carry the aid bag is because he's trying to shoot the medics first.
Oh, do they?
He wouldn't wear a red cross on his cap.
Okay.
He shoot me first. They shoot me before they shoot y'all.
That's right. So you can't help them. Yeah.
Yeah. So he carried my M16 for me, and I carried a Claymore bag with 19 magazines in it. And in my magazines, I only put 18 rounds because with 20 rounds in, it compressed the spring too much.
Oh yeah.
So that's why you have malfunctions when you're firing. You can't tell with the malfunctions because the spring's too weak to kick push the shells.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah. So I only put 18 rounds in mine.
Yeah.
And I'd already learned to. The first 2 rounds I put in my magazine are traces.
Mm-hmm.
They're traces. You see a red ball of fire go out.
Mm-hmm.
Then last 2, number 17 and 18, they're traces also.
Okay.
That's so I can see what I'm shooting.
Yeah.
And that worked good, but you'd be surprised how you still would be stunned. The thing won't shoot no more.
Yeah.
It's empty.
Really? Oh.
It's empty. You find the first 2 traces to get the range of what you shoot at, and then you find 16 more, and it's empty now, and here you are. That thing is malfunctioning.
Yeah, because your mind's telling you got more than that.
Yeah, but that's what we did with that.
Wow.
But God said He would carry my weapon for me.
Yes, sir.
I got accused of stealing 450 steaks.
Steaks that you eat?
Steaks you eat.
Oh, wow. Okay.
What happened is I used to go to downtown. The day that Bob Hope was in Vietnam, that was on Christmas Day, I was in downtown where he was.
Wow.
Everybody's up there screaming, laughing at Bob Hope. I was in the ammo dump, in the food dump, stealing food and ammo. I was loading up trailer boy, everything.
He's out there doing the USO.
Yeah, they're out there, Bob Hope and all of them, and the troops just laughing.
Yeah.
And I'm robbing them.
Where'd you take them all to? Where were you going with all that?
I was on a 5-man team. It's just me and 4 other Americans.
Yeah.
It was myself. I was the head of weapons advisor. Newell, which we saw in New York City. This guy about
who?
Newell, my machine gunner.
Oh, okay.
And he's lived in Brooklyn. We went through Brooklyn to go catch a cruise ship.
Yeah.
And the first person holiday was him. He's at the train station, at the bus station. Chris on, my sister's on too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And but it's Newell, and then we had the team chief, a captain, and then a lieutenant, and then the medics, 5 of us.
Wow.
A 5-man. So I was with a 5-man team, mag team. It's like a special forces team is what it is.
Yeah.
But when I first got there, they gave me all my equipment, and in a car, they gave me a machine gun, my ammunition for it, gave me C rations, and gave me my bulletproof vest. In fact, I had a World War II, the one that airplanes had in World War II vest.
Okay.
That thing is heavy too, but I learned to wear it. And anyway, I got to my 5-man team the first day I got there, and what happened is we had a chopper going out, helicopter man, and he said they need somebody to go with them, with the Vietnamese. There's a Vietnamese squad going on this. It was one of these long banana helicopters. And what he was going to do is pick up these little trees, what they did, they went to the trees like that, cut the branches off, the limbs off, and then fell it. And the tree is about 20, 30 feet, 40 feet long. And they put it inside a Chinook helicopter.
Oh.
And we take it out where the troops are.
Yeah.
And just pull them out of the helicopter. And that's where we build an outpost. And that's the picture I showed you, coming across the logs. I was coming from one of the outposts. And the outpost is no bigger than, probably I said, these 2 rooms circle.
Yeah.
That's how big it is.
Oh, okay.
And it's all mud. And that mud got
like clay in it? Or?
Got clay in it.
Yeah.
And that stuff, when it's hardened, and those logs we took, that's what we use the logs for.
Yeah.
Put the mud around the clay. So it's about that thick then.
Yeah.
So we built a circle outpost, and you got your portholes to fire.
Yes.
And then we got a tower. We put 2 trees in it with a platform to make a tower. And the tower is about 20 feet high. But the guy can jump down and, the ground when the fight starts.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But the unit, what I went to was down the Mekong Delta. And the Delta was water and mud.
Yeah.
That's all there. In fact, water is about this deep. About this deep on me.
Ooh.
In fact, I couldn't wear all my ammunition. I wore bandoliers.
Yes.
In other words, couldn't wear ammo around my waist.
Yes.
I wore bandoliers around my shoulders.
Yeah.
And then I could take the bandoliers and put them up high on my shoulders as I go through the water.
So they don't get waterlogged.
Yeah. But the silt in the water, if I'm in water this deep wading across streams, the silt about that deep, my feet will go in there and push the air out. Now I'm stuck.
It's like a vacuum.
I can't lift my feet up.
Yeah, that's right.
But if a little air gets in there, I can lift my feet again. And sometimes I would get stuck in the middle of the creek and water up to here, and I would take my rifle and stick it out. And the Vietnamese, they would each man stick his rifle out until it reached me. And I'd stick my rifle out, you grab another rifle.
Yeah.
And they'll pull me out. That's how they pull me out.
They would help you, okay.
Yeah. And that happened more than once.
Yeah.
All the time I get stuck in the mud.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Yeah. But
yeah.
And for some reason, as I said, I always become Taylor and Charlie. What really got me one time, I'm Taylor and Charlie. We're going this way, and all of a sudden, they decide to reverse order and go back the way we came.
Yeah.
And go back the way we came.
Now you're the lead man, yeah.
So I just keep walking, and what happened is when they reversed, I became the first man until they come through me.
Yeah.
And I hadn't taken about 20 steps back to where we came from. Yeah. I was the last man coming. In the middle of the road, guess what I find? A bar of Lux soap in the bar, just in the U.S.
Really?
A bar of soap, yeah. I was the last man past, putting into the road. I'm the first man going back. Here's a bar of soap in the middle of the road.
Oh, where did soap come from?
We got a traitor among us.
Oh.
In fact, I knew who he was too. In fact, I didn't know it then, but it didn't take me too long to find out.
Really?
His name is Uncon, I think. Uncon was his name. And I tell you what, he tried to set me up too.
Really?
Because we was on the river and it got ambushed. In fact, what happened is we went to get on the boats, and I'm always last to get on boats. We'll call the boat over. The boat will hold about 20 or 30 men.
Yeah.
The boats are these fishermen boats.
Yeah, yeah.
And the people get on the boat, they got on the boat, and I was the last one to get on the boat. And all of a sudden, the river now is no more than about 40 or 50 yards in width. A B-40 rocket came from the other side, hit that boat, blew that boat up, it killed 4 guys. We had 7 weapons in the river, so we couldn't go nowhere.
Yeah.
We got to get the weapons. Mm-hmm. And so we stayed there, and we had a helicopter assault to come in about an hour or two later to help us. Helicopters coming, and what was American troops came in on the other side of the river where the rocket come from. Mm-hmm. And I never forget when the chopper was coming, all my people started running. About 100 and some people, about 100 Vietnamese.
Yeah.
And I asked the interpreter, Lynn, he said, what? Why are they running? He said, the Americans don't know one Vietnamese from the other. I said, Lynn, that's the truth. When I first integrated, I didn't know one white guy from the other. And white people still say they don't know one black from the other. Right. I said, that's the truth.
Yes, it is.
So everybody ran to me. And I'll never forget, I took my M16 rifle. It was on a bipod. And I set it down right in front of me. And all the choppers coming, the U.S. troops, and they was going this way, firing. in a line formation going that way firing. And a white sergeant was behind the troops. It's integrated, but
Yeah.
the platoon sergeant was white. And I never forget, I screamed, "Sarge!" as loud as I could. And he looked over. That's one thing. I don't care how loud the noise is. Next time you're somewhere, have somebody to call your name. I bet you'll hear it. You'll turn around and call your name. And I hollered, "Sorry!" I was shooting on him too. And he looked just like that. And I waved my hand, I'm a GI. And I was just as black as it could be.
Yeah.
And he waved his hand back. "I got you, Sergeant, I got you."
Yeah.
That let them start firing on me. Because they're only about 50 or 60 yards away.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Just across the street there. So they went on, and anyway, when we fished our weapons out the river, and then got ready to go home, and going home, that's when Newell told me about Uncon, the trader we had. And I told him, I knew he was a trader all the while. But what he tried to do was, he came and told me, he said, Sergeant, no, he told my interpreter, he said, when the Americans up here last time, they lost a man in the river, a body. And it just came up, the body did, it's across the river. And I turned around to company commander, and Lynn was there. Company commander speak English too. I said, "Sir?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Will you let me have a squad to go get the body, the American GI body?" And Trumbull Troy, he was pretty straight with me because I was pretty straight with him. And he said, "Sergeant Turner, he's not using the American Army. Y'all don't need bodies. You won't leave a body. They may drive you off of a body, but you definitely come back." So y'all don't leave your bodies around. And I said, that son of a gun. Charlie told him that lie to get me and Newell across that river by ourselves. On the other side of the river by ourselves. And then they ambushed us. And so that let me know right then that this traitor, Charlie told he's setting us up.
Wow.
So when he got killed, it didn't bother me one bit.
Wow.
It didn't bother me one bit.
Now, was he Vietnamese?
Yeah, he was Vietnamese, yeah.
Yeah, and he had a bar of Lux soap.
Huh?
And he had a bar of Lux soap with him. He's the one that dropped the Lux soap in the road.
No, I don't know.
Okay.
Who dropped that soap in the road, but I knew right then that we had a traitor among us.
Got it.
In fact, we knew that all the while. In fact, it didn't take me too long to find that out. Yeah. In fact, we had a case where, I know what it was. I was out all night with the company in blocking position. What happened, the 2nd or 47th Infantry from 9th Infantry Division of Americans, they come in helicopters in my area and to conduct a raid. And they asked me, said, "Well, you surround the area about a mile." So I took all our troops and we just on line from the river all the way back this way. 12 o'clock at night, I started going around looking. Everybody's asleep. Everybody, all the Vietnamese sleep. And maybe one or two awoke.
Yeah. But
nobody should be asleep. And all the GIs out there just fighting like mad. Fighting going on, bam, bam, bam. And man, I'm up. Now, I don't even close my eyes all night long.
Yeah.
I'm walking the line, look these, and I'm crushed saying bad words.
Yeah.
And I keep telling Lieutenant, wait, they all sleep. He said, "I know, Sergeant." Then finally my team went to sleep, including my Newell operative machine gunner went to sleep. I go ahead and go to sleep, Newell. I'll stay awoke. And the next day, we finally got out of there. I was so asleep I couldn't hold my eyes open. And the sun be shining just like that, and I'd be walking. I couldn't see nothing. Just blind. And be walking on patrol.
Yeah.
It was just plain blind.
Wow, that's beautiful.
But old Newell was our machine gunner. And then when the night we fought all night long. Well, what happened when I first got there, we was under a mortar attack. Shells coming in, man, boom. And we run to the bunkers. Special Forces built the bunkers. Real thick, nice. They're round, just like an igloo.
Okay.
Yeah, round, boy, I mean, cement about that thick.
Oh.
Yeah. And so I went into the bunkers and hid in the bunkers.
Yeah.
And shells coming in left and right. So during the lull and the shelling, I got up, went from bunker to bunker looking. And I found our major who's in charge. He was in charge of our sector.
Okay.
But he's not direct in charge of me.
Yes.
I come under the district headquarters.
Yes.
And I'm on a separate unit. I'm on a MAT team, a 5-man team, and our orders come from a 4-star general.
Oh, okay.
And that's who, in fact, the general flew down and he said he just wanted to see the teams.
Okay.
And I'll never forget that. What happened, the war was just about coming to a close.
Okay.
And he said, now, what happened, Charlie, he goes surrender his weapons, but his main object now is to kill Americans.
Really?
No, was trying to get the truce. And he
the truce, yes.
Yeah, a lot of American people was demonstrating, remember?
Yes.
A lot of people was going to Canada.
Yes.
A lot of was demonstrating about the war.
Correct.
Want to stop the war in Vietnam.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, so he's trying to kill Americans. And the general, he got his helicopter and flew around to every team, 5-man team like me.
Really?
And he said, I just want to see the non-commissioned officers. And I had to go out and meet him on the road out there. He said, Sergeant Turner, now you and Sergeant Newell, you got to be careful. Charlie orders is only kill Americans. We want to discourage American people so they'll stop the war. And so when he came and told us that, we started, looking out for each other.
Yeah.
But we had a battle that started, I guess, it started 11:45 at night. I'll never forget that. If something started about 11:45 at night or 12 o'clock, you can forget it. Ain't nothing going to happen.
Okay.
Because by 4:30 or 5, it's daybreak.
Okay.
So you need to, you got to start the fight around about 11.
So
real dark then.
You're under cover of darkness, yeah.
Yeah, and people should be going to sleep.
Yeah, but they catch you off guard. Yeah.
Right, and that's when the fight started.
Yeah.
It's got to end about 2:30 or 3.
Okay.
Because daylight's coming.
Yeah.
Well, the fight started just around 11:45. What happened? There was 3 shells land. 2 of them land 100 yards away where our artillery is. We have two 105 houses. Mm-hmm. It land right on top of them. Right in the middle of it, on top of them. 2 of the shells land.
Yeah.
Knocked them out, knocked the crew out and everything. 1 land where I am, and we had an 81 Mike, 81 millimeter mortar.
Yeah. Charlie
got an 82 Mike. And I mean, he's putting it on him, boy. And I took off running when the first shell went off. Yeah. I took off running, and we had a pit. It was cement about that high, and an 81 Mike inside of it. And I jumped on the 81 Mike, and I started firing the Mike. And the first thing, just shells exploding. And the first thing I screamed when I fired the first shell, I screamed, round on the way. Mm. In fact, in all the radios, the tone from the radio, one radio pick up the sound, the same sound come off the other radio, like a tone. Yeah. And you could hear it for blocks away. Wow. All the way out to the jungles out there, 1,400 meters away where I'm firing, all the way back into me. And each time I was firing, I was around on the way, and sometimes I would say 1/8 seconds. In fact, and that meant that round, it would be in the air 18 seconds, and it's going to land out there. And each time I fired, I tell them how long before we get there. Yeah. The Vietnamese lieutenant out there, every time Charlie fired at me, and he was on top of me too, but he was right on top of me. Yeah. Stuff hitting all around me. In fact, I stopped one time, and I said, Lord, he's got me zeroed in. He's been in 5 years finding this spot. And he got the spot zeroed in. And boy, I mean, shells just all around me.
Yeah.
And finally, something said, well, if they get you, you'll never know it because the shell is coming down. Now, all this noise, shooting and bang and shells exploding, guess what? You can hear. I hear that shell coming through there, and then it stopped. When it stopped, that means it's coming straight down on top of me.
Right.
If it's going over, it'll whistling sound and going over you. And you hear the whistling sound going over you.
Oh, okay.
But when it stopped, that means it's right on top of you. Oh. And I mean, he was putting it on top of me too. And I found I said, you can't let it run you off the gun.
Yeah.
It's a court martial offense.
Yes.
I always tell a guy it's a court martial offense if Charlie run you off your gun.
Yeah.
And so I was firing back as fast as I could. Oh. And the Vietnamese kid was fixing the shells. So shell about this big, about that big around. Yeah. He's fixing the shells, putting the fins on the shell.
Yeah.
For it to go. In other words, you can adjust it so it to go how many yards for it to go. Okay. I'm firing about 1,400 at him. He's about 1,400 away too. Every time he fired me, the Vietnamese lieutenant out there, he would holler, "Fobbing, fobbing, incoming, fobbing." And when he said fobbing, it means Murray is coming. He got around coming your way. Every time he fired, big old flash. Yeah. Every time I fire, big flash.
So you get your range.
So we tried to fire as fast as we can each other.
Yeah.
And I mean, he leveled everything around me. Everything was leveled. 17 people was wounded.
Oh, wow.
And this went on from 11:45 or 11:30 at night until pretty close to 4 o'clock in the morning. Daybreak was coming. Also, Spooky came. Who? Spooky 84. Oh. That airplane with the Gatling guns.
Yeah, yeah.
Spooky 84 showed up, and I told Spooky, I said, "Spooky, you see it? What do you see?" He said, "I see all kind of people going back in the jungles from where we was fighting." I said, "That's Charlie." And Spooky let me tell you what he did. He put the light on him, and he started firing. He had a big searchlight on him, and he started firing. That traces went from the airplane to the ground. I started seeing red traces. And I mean, he was firing and circling. All of a sudden, the boys came on the radio. "Spooky, you're in the wrong place. I'm getting overran. I need help, Spooky. Come on, please." I said, "I need help too, Spooky." So Spooky, he's circling on. He's got his wingtail circling. Yeah. And he's coming around me like this. This guy's 10 kilometers away, straight this way. And as Spooky coming around, now he's lining up to go up there. And he told me, say, 84, he told me, my call sign was Tango 26 Charlie. I was 26 Charlie. It's Tango 26 Charlie, I'll be back. Let me go, he need help bad. This guy was getting overrun. He's trying to overrun me up here. Oh. But he left me and went up there. But by that time, I had beat him off. Yeah. Had got it beat off enough. And by the time he come back, Daybreak was there. And I told Spooky, thank you. For what for staying with us like that.
Yes.
When we got through, there were 17 people wounded. I had 17 people hurt. Most of them was Vietnamese women and kids.
Oh, wow.
And very few of the soldiers hurt. Mm-hmm. And we still had, you know what corrugated tin is? Yeah. They put on the roofs.
Yeah, yeah.
That was all this was knocked down.
Yeah, yeah.
All the shacks was knocked down. I had never been in one of the Vietnamese huts like that, but when we were trying to rescue people, in fact, I heard a little kid whimper, and the parent, quiet. That's during the shooting firing. Yeah. But so when it stopped, I called Garcia, my medics, and I called the Vietnamese first sergeant. I called Trung Shi. Trung Shi, I screamed, Trung Shi. And Trung Shi came, and I said, "We got people hurt, and come over with me." So Trung Shi, we started going, the tent on the ground, we started raising the tent up and trying to get under ourselves, because they had the hooches in there, and the women and kids, they had holes dug, and you got to hold up like this way, and you could dig under like this, and that's where the women and children was hid.
Yeah.
And we started trying to get them out, and had a little girl. She had been hit in the head with shrapnel.
Oh.
In fact, got her out, and God still slapped the bandage on her, and we called for a chopper, and the chopper said, I can't come in that compound. I can't come where you are, but I can come on the road about a couple hundred yards away on that road down there.
Yeah.
And I can see why, because Charlie zeroed in on me. If a helicopter coming here where I am and land right outside where I wanted it,
he would have hit it.
Yeah, he one round he got him.
Took him out. Yeah.
So I understood that. So the chopper came in on the road, and by that time I had I had to get people round up, and Garcia took him down to meet the helicopter. And the fight was all over. Boy, daybreak came in, and Charlie scooted there, and he's gone.
Yeah.
But boy, I will never forget that night.
Yeah, that had to be something. Yeah, that's a long time. That's 4 hours. that's intense.
Then
it feel like it was trying to never end.
Every night I'd be woke. We had mosquito nets, you know. Oh man, I put mosquito fluid all over me.
Yeah.
You know,
did it help?
Yeah, it helped. But guess what? You know, you live under here.
Yeah.
Mosquito bite you there.
Really?
Cause you couldn't put no mosquito repellent. Taste bad, boy.
Oh.
You can't put it on your inner lip.
Yeah.
You got to put it on the outer lip over your mustache.
I didn't know mosquitoes bite you there. Wow.
But it works on mosquito fluid, but it just tastes nasty.
Oh.
Man, when it gets in your mouth, ooh, my goodness.
Oh.
And got ants, some ants. Ooh, ants are big.
Oh yeah.
Man. The biggest ants you ever see.
Yeah. They got a lot of snakes and stuff over there too.
Yeah. Oh, now let me tell you what. They eat snakes.
Do they?
They eat rats. You won't find snakes hardly.
Oh.
And you won't find cats and dogs. But you find rats that big. In fact, I had a rat cage, and the rat could get in it, but he couldn't get out.
Yeah. And
every morning, me and my machine gunner, we take him out there, and Newell liked to sprinkle lighter fluid on him.
Oh,
He's a metal cage, so Lewis, he sprinkled lighter fluid on the rat, and then set him afire with the lighter. Oh. And I mean, that rat would bite that metal cage, everything. Couldn't get out.
Trying to get out, yeah.
But next morning we called one. Next night I called one. Me and Newell went out to set him afire, and little Vietnamese kid came. He said, no, give me. And I said, give it to you. He said, yeah, me. So we give the rat to him. So every time we catch one, we give it to him.
Oh,
they
go
did eat rats, yeah.
Oh,
and if you saw a dog, he was on a rope around his neck, and they kept him. That rope would be longest from me to you. That's it. They ate dogs,
right?
Dogs too, and cats too. Yeah.
Wow, you don't see a lot of animals there.
And I saw a Vietnamese infantry guy. The company was passing by, and he had a snake, a big snake.
Oh.
And he had a rope around the snake's neck.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a rope around his neck. And the rope was about longest from me to the couch. And the rope was tied to the back of his pack. And he was dragging the snake. He was alive too.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And what he's going to do is eat him.
Yeah.
Snake, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.